Hello, I am so glad you can join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today I am making for you a carrot cake, one of my favorites. Haven't made it in a while and I thought I'll make it for you, a carrot cake. So I have all my ingredients right here in front of me, but as I go along, instead of explaining what everything is, as I go along, I will explain it to you. Okay, the first thing we're going to start with over here is some walnuts that I have, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these walnuts in the oven and I'm going to toast them for about 8 minutes to get them nice and crunchy, and then I'll show you what I will do next. My walnuts are in the oven. Let me go on to the next step. So in this bowl, I already sieved. I have 2.5 cups of flour in this bowl. Over here, I have, this is 2 teaspoons of baking soda. I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I have 1 teaspoon of allspice and 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to add that all to here. I'm also going to add to this 2 teaspoons of baking powder. So let me go ahead and measure that for you. So that's 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I also have here 3/4 cups of raisins. Now remember, raisins are optional. It's for people who like raisins. You'll add raisins. If you don't like raisins, you just eliminate your raisins. Okay, so I add 2 cups of I add 3/4 cups of raisins to that, and now I'm gonna mix that up. I'm gonna mix this all up so that I'm gonna add a little bit of walnuts in here too. As soon as my walnuts is toasted, I'm gonna add a little bit to this, and then just set that aside. Now in my hand mixer over here, you can use a hand mixer, or you can use one of these KitchenAid, or you can just use a hand mixer. Okay, so to that I'm going to add here, I have, this is 1.5 cups of sugar. You can use a little bit less, a little bit more, it's up to you, but this is 1.5 cup of sugar. I'm using brown sugar. If you prefer white sugar, that's up to you. I have here, this is 1/2 cup of applesauce. Applesauce helps to make the cake moist, nice and moist. So I'm using 1/2 cup of applesauce. In here I have 1 cup of pineapple, crushed pineapple, with the liquid and everything inside of it. So this is 1 cup of crushed pineapple. I'm going to add that to that. Over here I have, this is 3/4 cups of coconut oil. Now I use coconut oil because it is much healthier for you than the other oil. I mean, you can use any kind of oil that you like, that you have in your kitchen, but this is coconut oil. So this is 3/4 cups of coconut oil. Add that there. Of course I didn't show you this yet, but I have some carrots here, because what am I making? Carrot cake. So I have my carrots here, which I will grate in a minute. They don't take very long to grate. I just rest those there. Now I have some eggs right here. So I'll be using 3 eggs. So I'm going to add my 3 eggs here. Now what I'm going to do is I am just going to blend this all up together. Okay guys, so my walnuts has roasted for about 8 minutes in the oven. So now what I'm going to do is I want to grind them up a little bit. I don't want them to be as big. I want them to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to put them in here. A little bit. That's about good, because I don't want to make it to a powder. So this is good. Put this back in here. I'll be finished finished with that. See how quick that was? 1, 2, 3. These are my walnuts here, so I'm gonna take some of my walnuts, about half a cup of my walnuts, and add to here. But you remember, this is optional. Your raisins, your walnuts is optional. It's up to you. If you like it, you can go ahead and add it. Okay. Half a cup of the walnuts to that, and I'm gonna save the rest of it because I'm gonna do something else with this a little bit later. So I'm gonna save this. Meantime, I'll just go ahead and mix this up. Okay, so now over here, let me move my carrots out of the way. I still have to grind my carrots over here. Now let me go back to blending this, and what I'm gonna do now is add my flour. Slowly add my flour to my mixture there, and let that just mix in. Okay, now that that's done, I want 2 cups of carrots. I have 4 carrots here, and I'm gonna grate these 4 carrots. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna grate your carrots on this side here, but you're not gonna grate it the long way. You're gonna grate it, because I want it fine, carrots. So you're gonna grate it this way. Instead of this way, you're gonna grate it this way, okay? So it'll be nice and small. So it's 1 cup here, and I'm gonna empty my cup in there. And I will continue on, because now we need 2 cups. So I'll try to get another cup. Okay, so now here, this is my 2nd cup of carrots. So 2 cups of carrots. We'll use this another time. So you're gonna mix it up. You're just kind of blending in your carrots because everything is mixed up already. So you just kind of blend your carrots in. And that's it. You mix it in well. Make sure it's combined well. And I'm gonna set this aside for a second. I have 2 pans. So over here I have some parchment paper. So I'll put my paper here, and I am going to go around, make a little circle. Oh, I am going to cut that out. I'm going to spray my pans with some Baker's Joy. And then I'll take my paper and put in my pan. There we go. And then I'm going to take a little bit of flour, guys, just a little flour, and just go around the edge since I sprayed that. Like how you would normally. I have my pans are all lined and flour. What I'm gonna do is now I will add, and I'm gonna try to even it out. So you try to even it out into the 2 pans. Try to put the same amount in each pan. So I put that in there. Then just kind of lay it out in your pan like that. And do the same thing over here. Just lay out. Just shake it a little bit because I want to even it out So because I don't want that little dome shape in the center, I want it to kind of come out flat and even, so you can kind of just try to even it out as much as you can. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. My oven is already set at 350. I'm gonna put it in for about 20 to 35 minutes. I will check it, and when I put a stick inside of it and it comes out clean, then it's all done. So I will be back as soon as this is all done, and there's a next step because I'm going to make an icing, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make icing for your carrot cake. Okay guys, over here the carrot cakes are done, but now they're hot. They just came out of the oven, so now we need the carrot cake to be completely cool because we're making a cream cheese topping that's gonna go on top of our carrot cake and on the inside. So I'm gonna set these aside for a few minutes so that they can cool, and then while they're cooling, I'm gonna go ahead and make the icing. Okay, so now we're gonna make our cream cheese frosting that's gonna go in the center and on top of our carrot cake. So first I'm starting with 1 pack of an 8-ounce cream cheese. So right here I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna blend that a little bit to make it nice and smooth. So let me put that in there. So I'm gonna put 1 stick, this is about 8 ounces of butter. I will put this in there. I left it out at room temperature, so it's pretty soft. Put that in there. I'm going to blend this up a little bit. Oops. Before I do that, I'm going to use my paddle here. Let me put this on. So I'm going to beat this up a little bit. In here, the cream cheese and the butter. To that, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of vanilla essence. Give it a little bit of flavor there. Yep, looks good. And to that, I'm going to add some powdered sugar. And I'm going to add probably about 4 cups of powdered sugar in there. So we're going to use a lot of this sugar. So I have over here my measuring cup. This may start flying all over the place. So use that. I'm also over here have a little bit of milk. This is evaporated milk. So I'm just going to add a little bit of milk to that. I'm not going to add too much. Just a little bit of milk to that. I'm going to add some more of my powdered sugar. I'm going to have to stop it so that I can scrape the sides of it. So this is just a little cream cheese icing that we're going to put on top of the carrot cake. To that, I'm going to add, you're not going to add too much milk, okay? So you add like a little bit at a time. You don't want to add too much. I'm going to add another cup of powdered sugar, and I'm going to continue beating. Okay guys, I think we're about done here. I put 4 cups of powdered sugar in here and about 4 tablespoons of milk in here. So it's done. So let me just go ahead and clean all this stuff off of this. Okay guys, And this is what the cream cheese look like. Okay, so that's nice. So now let's go on to the next step. Now guys, the cake has cooled completely. So now I'm going to assemble it. So here I have one of the cakes that's already cool, and I'm going to put the top side to the bottom. And then what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take this nice cream cheese that we just made here and put some of it on top here. Just put like a good dollop on the top. And then you can use something flat to just go around it like that. You start from the inside out and just come out and put some. I don't want to put a lot of it on because it's not my favorite thing in my cake. And then I'm going to take my second cake and I'm going to put it right there on the top. Right on the top. And then what I'm going to do, stick some more, a good big set of it, and put it right up here, and then just go around the cake. And you also want to put some not just on the top of your cake, but you want to put it at the side of the cake. So let me use over here, I have something that is a little bit flatter, which will be better to use than that. So just go around and just go around the cake. Okay, if you make a little mess, guys, because you can always clean your mess, okay? Don't worry about a little mess. And just go around. Just keep going around, going around. Just keep going around. Guys, I'm just gonna keep. Just go, keep going around, just smooth it out. So go around and you smooth it out. Just take the plate, guys, that you have in your hand and just go around and just hold it flat here on the back side and just go around so that you can smooth it out a little bit, okay? You don't have to be too fancy. And then you come to the top, and then you don't want it smooth at your top, you can make a little design, You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to make it smooth, go ahead and make it smooth. Or you can just make some little zigzags. Or whatever you want, you can do. When you finish, guys, and you have some mess on your plate around there, you want to kind of just wipe that off. So just get a towel and just go around. Go around the bottom of the cake so you can just wipe that off. So that you don't leave too much, you don't have too much of a mess on your cake. Okay, just clean it up. Don't think those bakers, they're professional bakers, but they have to clean their workspace when they're done. Make it look nice. Okay, So there we go. So this is our cake. So now the next step to this. Remember the walnuts that we toasted earlier? So now this is what I'm going to do with the walnuts. Are you ready for this, guys? Okay, this is what I'm going to do with the walnuts. So you take some in your hand and you just kind of go around your cake like that. Okay, you can put something there to catch all those ones that's fallen. It's okay. I'm going to clean that up. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, and just go around here with your walnuts. Just kind of pat it in a little bit. You can put a paper or something there so it can fall on something instead of directly on the counter if you like. Okay. But just go around and pat it in there. Good. And then you can also take some and just go around the top, just around the edge like that. Just around the edge. Like that little piece just dropped there. I would take that from there and put it there because I don't want it. I just want it around the edge. Just put a little bit around the edge as you go along. All this one that fall here, you can just remove that. Go around your edge. All this around the edge. We're just gonna move this around here so we can clean it up a little bit, and we're gonna go around the edge some more, all the way around the edge, all the way around. So guys, if you're entertaining, you got some friends coming over, you can get a little bit fancy with your cakes. And any part that you go wrong that you see that don't have any nuts on it, you can just go ahead and add some to it. All this, just take the ones that's falling at the side and add it on there. Are we missing any parts, guys? We have any parts that is not covered? Guys, now we're finished icing our cake. It is time to taste the cake. So let me go ahead and take a slice. Now guys, normally if you did this before you cut into your cake, my advice would be to put the cake in the refrigerator and let the cake set before you cut it. Okay, so that is what you would normally do. Now it's a bit late, so I'm not gonna let it set. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna taste it for you, and then after that I will put it in the refrigerator set. But let it set before you cut it. That way the icing would firm up on it and you'll get a better cut. So let me cut. This is a pretty big slice, but I guarantee you I'm not going to eat this whole big slice. I'm slowly cutting it because I did not let it set. Now let's take that out. And guys, that is your carrot cake. Ooh, it sure looks good. It looks good. Let me go ahead and taste it for you. You can put more cream icing on the center if you did like it that way. Usually I don't like a lot of icing, so I try to avoid the icing. But let me taste it for you. It is moist. It is nice and soft. The icing is creamy if you like that soft icing on the center. I can taste my nuts, of course. You have your cinnamon in there. It is very good. It is very nice and moist. Nice and moist. Very good. Guys, that's a good carrot cake. Delicious. As I said, if you don't like nuts, you can avoid the nuts. If you don't like raisins, you can leave the raisins out. You have pineapple in there. You have coconut oil in there, so a little bit healthy. You can use whatever kind of oil that you like to use, but it's good. I love it. Guys, I hope you can make some carrot cake for your family. I had fun making this for my family. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I love to read your comments. I have fun making this, and I hope you have fun making some as well. Until next time, bye-bye.